Hi and welcome to the Cult TV Sofa. This is a reaction video for the first episode of Season 3 of Babylon 5 called Matters of Honor. You can now see the full reaction for this video on my Patreon channel along with lots of other goodies. Links in the description below. Last time we saw a representative from the Ministry of Peace and from the Night Watch visit the station. The last Narn warship arrived, but hid behind the planet so no one could see it. They asked the station for help, and Sheridan promised to protect them. At a Night Watch meeting, they showed the level of detail of information they wanted to know about people on the station, which was pretty scary and made Zack very uncomfortable. Earth agreed to sign a non-aggression treaty with the Centauri. The Centauri found out that the Narn ship was there and sent one of their own to capture or destroy it. They fired on Babylon 5, their Star Fury fighters, and the Narn ship, forcing Babylon 5 to return fire. Whilst the station took damage, the Narn ship managed to escape, but the Centauri cruiser was destroyed. Sheridan was chewed out by the minister for his actions, but as the treaty had not been announced or signed yet, he'd not really done anything wrong. He was ordered to apologise to the Centauri for the destruction of their ship, and on his way to the ceremony, Centauri left a bomb on the transport tube, and Sheridan was forced to leap out. Delenn pleaded with Kosh to do something to save him, and Kosh showed his true form to fly up to save Sheridan. Everyone seemed to see a different being based on their own religions and deities, except for Londo, who said later that he saw nothing. Oh, and Kepha died whilst recording his contact with a shadow ship, which was then broadcast on ISN. So let's see what happens in this episode. I'm going to put any relevant trivia that I find over here, and at the end of the reaction I'll be discussing what happened and my thoughts about it. And I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's cool. So they're making repairs to the part of the station that was destroyed or blown off in the last episode, and they're repairing the transport.
Last week, after you saved my life.
So it's a week ago. A week later.
Being seen by so many at once was a great strain.
So that implies some kind of physical or mental thing that he did to be seen by different people in a different way. So maybe some sort of telepathy or... no, that doesn't quite make sense. Don't know, but it implies physically he had to do something to be seen differently. Or mentally he had to do something, and it completely drained him afterwards. So it's been seen by so many different people, he'd have to change. It must be a mental thing. Yeah, so he needed to rest afterwards. Not surprising.
Nobody knows it was you. After taking such care to hide what you really are, why take that chance?
Surely all your ambassadors would know it was him. They were all there. Oh, actually, if I remember rightly, Delenn kind of led Kosh away to have a private talk. So they might have been just in an area where on their own when he opened his encounter suit and went up. But he still flew up from nearby. Plus, I would assume he'd have had to return to his encounter suit afterwards, so you would have seen him come back, and if he didn't, then his encounter suit would have been there, just empty, so that's a bit odd.
Well, as answers go, short, to the point, utterly useless.
Good.
I really hate it when you do that.
Good.
He was joking with Sheridan then. He was playing with him. That's a different side that we've seen to Kosh. Because he was playing with him.
Almost there. Eject me! Now.
That's quite cool. Had a bit of a Firefly vibe going on with that ship.
Can we still jump?
Confirmed. Destination?
Oh, Babylon 5. I knew. I'm trying out a different codec with the videos that I watch because I always convert them from DVD to a video file to watch to minimize problems, and hopefully sometimes when I paused videos and then played afterwards, there was a bit of the video was messed up whilst it was catching up, and then it would look okay. I'm hoping I won't have the problem with this one. With a new main member of cast.
How much longer till we reach Babylon 5?
7 standard hours at present speed.
Redirect as much power as you can to the engines.
Engine speed makes a difference in hyperspace as well. Kind of think I used to think there was like a static speed. You kind of were travelling through hyperspace, but it is just I'm trying to put this, just a different. It's not like normal space, it's different space, and speed still makes a difference. Yeah, that's an interesting fact. To be confirmed.
David Endow, Earth Force Special Intelligence Division. I'd appreciate it if you could have Ambassador DeLynn present as well.
Not a problem. I'll have him with us, sir.
Oh, she's busy.
Like the new digs, just move in.
Yeah, this morning. Still trying to sort the place out, though.
Oh, new med lab. Well, the moment it looks smaller.
Dehydration, oxygen deprivation. Believe me, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, so that kind of casts into doubt your medical prowess.
I think it is time that we reconsider our relationship. My people have a manifest destiny. They can achieve it just as well without the help of your associates.
Oh, I mean, the Shadows got them to where they are. The Centauri wouldn't have done what they did without their help. Not in the time frames that they've happened in, at the very least. So yeah, now that the war's over, they've got what they want, they're the greatest. Yeah, they don't need the Mr. Warden and his friends' help anymore, so now he wants to renegotiate the terms. That, I mean, taking out the grand scale of what's happened, just from a simple deal point of view, that's a cheap thing to do. That's a bit of a, someone does you a favour, helps you out, you get great benefit, and then you do the dirty on them and tell them to get lost. Yeah, that's pretty bad. And they're not the right people to go against.
We have danced our last little dance, Mr. Malden.
Can he seriously think that that's it? They'll just let him go?
Okay.
I heard that.
Reconvene in your quarters later this afternoon to discuss it.
He was being spoken to then by one of the Shadows.
Some of you may already have seen this on ISN.
Right.
We yanked it off the air as soon as we got
Keffer's camera. He said that they yanked it off air as soon as they could. Obviously, this was done. Well, now if something was yanked off air, it would make no difference. It would be on the internet. It would be copied, shared, redistributed. You can't yank things like that off the permanently anymore. It's always there. This was obviously before that was really a thing. So yeah, I should think even in the future it'd be worse. You can't just yank things away like that. It's always out there.
My job is to find out what you or any of the other races know about this ship.
I don't think she's going to tell you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Indawi. I wish I could be of some help to you, but this is the first time I've seen a ship like this.
That's worded very carefully. She doesn't say she's not saying she doesn't know what it is. She's saying it's the first time she's seen it, which is true probably, but she knows what it is.
Yes, I'm quite sure.
And that's just confirming it's the first time she's seen it.
But our only chance is in allowing the shadows to think that we are unaware of their return while we prepare our own forces.
Yeah.
But you said you'd never seen one before.
That part was true.
Yeah.
I have never actually seen one until this moment.
Always listen to the words.
Once they target you, never stop, never slow down, never give up until they have destroyed you.
That's not true. You've seen ships escape.
That is the face of our enemy.
That's a powerful line and a powerful video to go with that line when it spins around and destroys the camera
Just
beam.
informed that someone is looking for you.
This is not a good time, my dear.
It's been very touchy-feely. That actually shows an increase in intimacy between them, and I don't mean in a dodgy way. Just before, he was in the first season, he was very head down, wouldn't look at her, and now he's like, put his arm on her and leading her. So that's quite clever. It shows that their relationship is developing.
We've never seen anything like it.
He hasn't seen one either. I don't think.
Yes.
Oh.
In a dream.
Ah, he saw it in his dream.
And there are ships just like this. First a few, 1,000, 2,000.
That's a lot of ships.
Are you sure this is the place?
She's weird seeing an alien doing that.
It is safe. Mr.
Just Marcus. I know the effect it has on Minbari. But since most don't, I figured it would help prove I was waiting for you.
I think they've drawn attention to themselves. Although they just look like thugs.
This is my party down below. You want to do business here? You gotta pay.
So they are just thugs. That's cool. Oh, was that his, or was she got one as well? No, it was his staff.
Barry fighting, but old one.
A gift from a friend.
That's such a simple effect. Saves on budget. So yeah, he had the whole staff and he dropped it just out of shot. Obviously, someone was under the screen. They took it off him and gave him the smaller one. Then he just put the sound effect in, moved the hand up, and it's obviously the small one he puts in his pocket. Simple but effective. It actually looked quite good, but yeah, it saves on special effects budget.
It's going to be difficult. I haven't had a chance to fill you in on everything until now.
Does she not know about the Rangers?
He's a
ranger. They've been trained to fight the shadows and keep an eye on what's happening outside Babylon 5.
She's good.
When did you... How did you...
Captain, the day something happens around here and I don't know about it, worry.
Well, it's a bit worrying that she does know that, to be honest, because it was meant to be a secret.
It's also the base for one of our biggest training camps. We were surrounded by Centauri blockade mines. It's a small colony with very little of value, so our guess is that we're the target.
Why are the Centauri targeting them?
All you have to do is break the blockade long enough for the other Rangers to escape. We have the means, if you have the will.
We still have a VIP on board. Leave now, it's going to raise 10 kinds of hell.
Especially his intelligence, military intelligence. He's going to be looking for things that are not normal on the station.
Let's take the offensive for a change. Fire up his shuttle, Commander.
What are you going to do with the shuttle? Where are you going to go? Is that the lens ship?
This area is ours. You can take anything you want over here, and we'll take everything we want over there.
We go our separate ways, and we owe each other nothing.
Of course.
But you haven't given him anything.
This world, I've taken the liberty of asking Lord Rifa to secure it for us. You said you wanted nothing more to do with us, and He was quite open to my request.
So yeah, he's cutting ties with Londo, not cutting ties with Centauri people. He's just switched to Lord Reefer and said Reefer's open to Mr. Walden's methods.
Tell your forces to leave the blockade mines, but to move their ships out of that area.
So the shadow ships are going to destroy the Ranger base.
Would you like to tell us what's waiting for us on the other side?
A beginning.
See part of Orlon?
What the hell is that?
My God. It's beautiful.
Her name is the White Star.
It's got like a sort of Vorlon look to it.
The White Star is a new breed of Minbari warship.
Minbari warship.
It uses both Minbari and Vorlon technology.
Looks it.
Most important,
That's Minbari.
this one can make its own jump point into hyperspace.
I've noticed you have artificial gravity.
I hadn't. Makes life easier having artificial gravity.
The others are not yet familiar with your language, but I will be happy to relay your orders to the crew, Captain.
Put us on course for Zagros 7.
That's not great. That's going to slow things down a lot. If he gives an order and it's got to be translated, that's not great. Especially in a fight, you need immediate response.
Finally.
He has seen them. Or at least they're fighters.
I tried to warn the others that the ancient enemy was returning.
He did.
But no one listened.
They did. Just couldn't acknowledge it. It's a nice looking ship.
Ivanova, you finished studying the weapon system?
Ready when you are.
Okay, so she's going to be doing the weapons. That solves the problem I said earlier. Because you can't wait for someone to translate. Holographic display?
Delenn, what else can this ship do?
All in good time.
We're picking up a disturbance. One ship, unknown configuration.
I think that's known configuration. There's only one.
Continue attack.
Aye, sir.
Flak shot.
So I assume he was given the order to fly to the next target, and Ivanova was the one firing the weapons at the target. Still, not great, the translation bit.
But keep firing.
Especially now.
They missed. They never miss.
They do now.
We've got the last mine in this area cleared.
Marcus, there's your window. Tell the Rangers to clear out.
Oh, blimey, they were ready to go, weren't they?
All right, head for the jump gate.
Would it not be faster to open a jump point?
I don't want them to know we have that potential.
That's good tactical decision. See, it didn't go through the jump gate. It sort of phased in on its own.
We cannot hope to destroy a ship like that alone.
With all due respect, Ambassador, I've heard that before.
Yeah, he did. Against the Minbari ship.
Have you ever wondered what would happen if you opened a jump point while inside a jump gate?
No. Forming a jump point inside a jump gate releases a staggering amount of energy. None of our ships could clear the blast range before being blown to bits.
Is this ship fast enough to get out before the gate blows?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's never been done before. How would he know?
Tell them to head to the local jump gate best speed. Used to be the Marcab system. Ever since they died off, other races have been using the abandoned gate to strip the place bare.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bit sad. Yeah, using the Marcab jump gate.
Half jump engines online, now.
Aft jump engines? Why would you have aft jump engines? So yeah, they've the jump gate in a jump gate, which created a big boom. And they did just manage to outrun it. Although he did damage a brand new ship, they destroyed a shadow ship.
It was a diplomatic shuttle carrying important government documents. We were asked to keep this confidential to avoid embarrassing the Minbari government.
Seems feasible.
Now that we've taken care of that...
Move on.
I'll make sure you get a copy of my report.
Will he? Or was he just saying that? Oh yeah, Geneva. It's the water fountain.
I came across some interesting stories here and there. Most of it from 1,000 years ago. I don't know if it has any relevance.
So yeah, there were stories, as far as he concerned. A dream, and Jakar's book. No one confirmed seeing them.
No one knows who I am.
It's all here.
The Psychop.
The ship's a complete mystery to all of them.
Good. There's no need to rush things. The government can dismiss this as an isolated incident.
I don't know. There's something about this idea of a threat to planetary security I find very appealing.
Keep the elevated threat level.
To speed up the program here at home.
So what is the program at home?
First thing I learned at the academy was that a lack of information can kill you.
So he's going to share it.
So I'm creating a war council. We'll meet every 2 weeks for now. Anyone can say anything he or she wants to say.
Well, then, I have a question. Could someone please tell me what the hell these shadows are?
There are beings in the universe, billions of years older than any of our races.
Sounds like a speech she's practiced. Okay. Well, really good first episode to the season. So we see a new ship, White Star. Looks nice. They took out a shadow ship, which is a big thing. Didn't seem to make much of that. But yeah, that's a big thing. That's quite cool. We see Mr. Londo cutting ties with Mr. Morden, but yeah, it was only Londo cutting the ties. Mr. Morden's still there, pulling strings, and not just with the Centauri we see. So he's also on Earth. He's also with the Earth government and Psychor, representatives of the Earth government and Psychor. Psychops. Make sure I get it right. I don't know if he's in Psychor, but there's definitely a Psychop there. And they're doing some sort of program. So we see confirmation. Mr. Morden getting confirmation that nobody recognised the ship. It's a clever way of them speaking to all of the ambassadors, getting an Earth representative to do it, to see, pump them for information, and then reading the report themselves and knowing whether anyone has recognised them. As the security guy said, he only heard tales and things. Jakar only talked about the book of Jaquan, and showed the old pictures, and he warned about. I'm surprised he didn't tell them, because he was chased by them, wasn't he? Not the big ships, but the little ones. So I'm surprised he didn't say anything about that. But he also said that no one listened, so he's just one person spouting out information that no one's listening to. So is he really a threat? Probably not. Londo talked about a dream he had. He hasn't actually seen the ships. He didn't talk about his deal with Mr. Morden. So, yeah, as far as Mr. Morden's concerned, no one knows about them. So they haven't got to speed up the process. They can take the plan at their own speed, which is what Delenn was worried about. That once they knew what was... once the Shadows knew that they knew what was going on, things would accelerate before they were ready to defend themselves, basically. Although, I would have thought Kosh revealing himself would have prompted things to accelerate. The fact that the Vorlons have revealed themselves, or Kosh revealed himself, I don't know, that wasn't mentioned at all. That seems like a big thing to me. But I suppose, I don't know, they didn't talk about it at all. Part of me thinks if they asked that question as well. What did you see? And everyone said, "Oh, I don't know." That might have helped. Whereas if Delenn had obviously admitted that, yeah, I know it was Kosh, which obviously you wouldn't do, but that would have accelerated the Shadow's plans as well. So it's a bit odd that that wasn't talked about at all. So now everyone seems to be coming on board with the knowledge of the Shadows as far as the station command staff are concerned. So yeah, things are definitely ramping up. Definitely a good episode. First episode of the season. A lot happened. It was an engaging episode. So yeah, looking forward to the next one. Let me know what you thought about this one in the comments below. I shall see you for the next episode. Be seeing you.